Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion plays the Binding of Isaac AFTERBIRTH Plus. It is daily time. This should actually be the last daily required for dedication. You know, the 31 dailies achievement, they used to be 31 in a row. I've done 30 dailies so far according to GreedButt, and hey, yesterday's daily, March 3rd, 2017, ranked 12th on the GreedButt leaderboards as well. Or at least I should say. It's pretty good, 0.07th percentile. Lowered our overall average to the top 5.18%, just outside of the top 100. You know, I'd like to be in that top 100. Oh, there we go. We just got the dedication achievement. It just popped up, so that's beautiful. We start with Seraphim for some strange reason that I cannot fathom, but, yeah, I doubt that we'll probably be able to... Right, it's always a speed upgrade. I doubt that we'll be able to match yesterday's score. But, well, score, especially considering this only goes to Mom's Heart, seems unlikely. But, I doubt that we'll be able to match yesterday's performance, relatively speaking. But that, you know, that's a little bit of a feather in my cap for sure. Especially after having some botched dailies and probably, you know, I mean, we have a backlog right now. But probably having people go, oh, you know, if you don't like Isaac, just take a break for a minute. You know, you slump and then you have a triumph. You slump and then you have a triumph. Don't let the slumps... stop the triumphs is what I'm trying to say. What did we do? And by the way, like, I like dailies. I like having the rare opportunity to min-max as much or as little as I'd like to try to make something cool happen. But, like yesterday's. But anyway, what allowed us to do so well yesterday? Well, probably being a little baby back bitch and not using the D100 as much as we should have allowed us maybe a little bit of a leg up on the competition. But beyond that, it was really helpful to just not get hit. That seemed to do a good job for us. So the less you get hit, the more likely you are to rank well. I mean, we were really only a few hundred points away from some of the people above us on the leaderboards as well, which is not to say that it would not be a challenge to get to them, because you know, they've done their part. But you know, we could have been up there is what I'm trying to say. So, sure, the Omega Penny is very interesting. If we get Pageant Boy, maybe I'll feel like a little bad about what I'm doing here. But this seems like a no-brainer to me. With 3 bombs, sorry, and a single penny. I thought that might be worth it. And then, of course, I eat my words because we get no Spirit Heart. We get 3 bombs for a bomb, but still. It's not really what I was looking for there. I was kind of hoping for a, you know, Spirit Heart, Small Rock sort of situation. The secret rooms on dailies are just brutal, man. We've already checked there, so I guess I would be thinking it's here, or a second secret room is here at the very least. I don't know where the regular secret room is. Now we got store credit. Oh, fuck. Okay, so now you go back and you look at this and you go, what the hell do you do with store credit? And I mean, how can you not go for the Omega Penny at this point? It seems foolhardy. Then you, so there's nothing else we could have done there except we could have used Black Rune to suck up the Yum Heart, but I was really waiting for a double and then a Black Rune to suck up every item that was in there. So life goes on. Honestly, to start with Seraphim is really, really useful here. It does a ton of damage, and, you know, at a time when we're not really doing a ton of damage ourselves, the fact that we get this nice guaranteed damage source is really good. So we'll go grab this. If you do not find the second secret room on this floor, I feel like you've already missed the seam, because that store credit does give us the keys to the kingdom here when it comes to the Omega Penny. I don't really care about a regular secret room right now, because I don't know if it, I mean, I'm assuming it would be here. Okay, fine, I'll check. Yeah. Whatever. We're gonna get an arcade on the next floor, and the Black Rune is kind of like the big deal right now. I think the most likely... That might be the dedication achievement manifesting itself. I think the most likely way that we're going to get the best value possible out of the Black Rune is to... thank God for the Spirit Hearts, huh? Is to go to the shop, have Omega Penny actually work for us, and then suck up, hopefully, 2 items. And because, remember, Black Rune, if you have an active item, it just gets turned into a stat increase, which is what we want. We also, this seems like it would be the way for us to maximize our score on today's daily, and it is a daily that only goes to Mom. So we have to do Boss Rush, that's like non-negotiable, if we want to rank well at least. But we do need a path to get further than that. So a self-sacrifice room via a teleport card, an Awaz rune, a shovel, something along those lines is important. But in the meantime, I feel like, oh wow. I feel like if we can double up on some consumable heavy rooms, it's a risk because you're going to possibly miss out on your, just hide. Ah, shit. Yep. Yep. Okay, don't die to this guy. Please just pass away. I don't know why the frame rate is so bad. Is one of these motherfuckers talking to me about Zelda again? I don't want to talk about Zelda right now. It's not relevant to the situation in hand. Okay, I mean, that was bad, but at the same time, you know, I mean, it happens, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. Okay, well, we can't really... it's tough, because I want to say that we want to do this, but I can't really afford to. Even 1 HP kind of gives me a way forward here that I can feel, like, pretty okay about, so... Don't die, definitely, but we still got to keep up a good pace as well. I don't know what that did for us. To be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if that, dickbag room ends up killing some people. Like, that is... Excuse me? That dude was an asshole. Don't let it just, like, completely ruin your run at this point, though. Like, we're actually fine now on 1.5 HP. I got very little to worry about. There's a luck upgrade. Was the other one a luck upgrade, too? I just didn't see it manifest itself. So I've got a new room to be afraid of, I suppose, on these floors. Really small... Pride room right after you give up almost all of your HP to a blood bank. So again, probably just the case in point, like Exhibit A for like, oh, this is a great room. Exhibit A for making sure you always wait to play a blood bank, I suppose. Okay, so you're done. This is like, it's an easy choice. You gotta try. So I think you start like this. I'm gonna take 1 luck penny, lucky penny, I guess, just to see. Just to see. Then we'll try to double the other one. Oh, that's such a huge loss. That sucks, dude. That would have been huge. And we had the money for it, too, which is what bothers me. But, you know, you gotta try that. You gotta try that. We have a deal with the angel? Am I living in a fantasy world right now? I don't understand how this can happen, but sure. What in the world? Sworn protector. It's a guardian angel. Okay, so I don't know, dude. This is some kind of like, is today a holy day? Not a holiday, but a holy day in the Christian calendar or something like that. It seems like we started with an angelic item, and then we got to deal with the angel instead of a deal with the devil. So I don't know, dude. We are what I would describe as a little bit behind schedule right now. Also, my sin of gambling with the Omega Penny is burning me here. You never know, she could be earning her man and learning her man and at the same time burning her man. So, I would love to get a Spirit Heart. Let's just ignore the fact that I completely could have if I had just used that shot properly a little while ago, but... Dude, you gotta roll the Omega Penny. If you're not rolling the Omega Penny, like... What is wrong with you is the real question here. So, I mean, you know the deal here. We're not in a good spot. Our damage has not improved. But we have, thankfully, a little bit of a chance for beauty on this run. We have an orbital that's pretty good. I was going to say not bad, but I think that even undersells it a little bit. But we're doing most of the damage via our terrible Angel Familiar right now, which is not actually terrible. It's just terrible that I have to use it exclusively, or near exclusively, to get these enemies killed, I think. But, I also relish the opportunity, you know? This is a weird run. I'm self-conscious about the fact that we nearly died on the last floor, but I think apart from that one room where you gotta have a, you know, PhD in not getting blown the fuck up in order to survive, or at least not take any damage, we've played pretty well here, so... The Fool card. Actually, very, very useful to take with us. This would be a great floor to get Black Rune to actually function. It would also be a great floor for us to get, you know, not that I'm complaining or anything, but some DPS improvements would be nice. I'm not saying it has to be Sacred Heart, but anything that makes us, you know, markedly better than Maggie's starting DPS would be a welcome change to this run right now. We're doing pretty well, but I mean, it really does all come down to Seraphim. Which I'm now having like these panicked flash forwards to like, I've been calling it Seraphim for like 70 episodes. Is this thing actually called Seraphim? I never pick it up because I so rarely get a deal with the angel. Okay, so Polydactyl is like completely fine. There's no point in getting the key pieces as far as I can tell unless you just wanted to use black runes. So it's not Polydactyl, it's Belly Button. I think we should just take Belly Button. We get Stud Finder. Not particularly good, I think, but I have a play for Black Rune. It's an obvious play, but it's a play that it must work one day. You know, we come in here. Is there anything we want to buy? If we want to buy it, we should just take it. Ace of Clubs. That's not... We don't want that. I misuse it. Deep Pockets is good. So we'll get Deep Pockets. Blow this up. We don't have any bombs. Okay, buy Remote Detonator. Get some bombs. Place a bomb down. Hear me out here. Hear me the fuck out here. Tarot Cloth is beautiful. We want it. The only way we're going to get it is Omega Penny. Ah! I know, by the way, people are going to be like, why are you still using Omega Penny? You can't have it both ways, motherfuckers, okay? If you were saying, why did you only use Data Miner twice before deciding that it was shitty? You can't also be in here saying, you know, why are you still using the Omega Penny? Just because we ate shit 3 times in a row doesn't mean that it's a bad item. However, I will admit that I myself have to face my own hypocritical logic. But on a daily, you know, it's performative. I'm not worried about theory crafting right now. I'm worried about performance. If the Omega Penny is actually fucking me on this run... Maybe it's pre-programmed. Not that I want to get into like a conspiracy theory or anything, but I was like, there's no item room? What's going on? There's no item room. Okay, sure, yeah, cool. It's a really cool daily right now. See, the thing is, they've given you such good items over the course of the run that why would they ever give you an item room? Stupid. Of course, the Omega Penny is creating so many, like, spare items for us that we got nothing to worry about. Now, we're a minute behind schedule for Boss Rush. So I really, really do not want to go, like, fight that angel statue. I don't want to do anything that's going to slow us down. And in fact, I feel like, as much as it's probably going to lead to a damage penalty, we kind of got to use our orbital to deal as much damage as possible. I don't know, by the way. It's entirely conceivable that my rampant Omega Penny usage has cost me some kind of seam that I could have used to get damage. Like, damage is the be-all end-all right now. But at least we have an orbital. Without this orbital, we'd be in hell. But at least we have this fucking orbital, dude. And then, I'm telling you, one day a shop's gonna work out. This could be greed. And that is neither good nor bad, really. Although I would like to improve as fast as possible, so maybe it is bad, but still. There's inherent value. I did get hit by something there, okay. You buy champion belt. We need the damage, as much as I hate to admit it. We doubled it, okay, so we could have maybe gotten 2 champion belts. What do you do here? Let's take 1 spirit heart, 1 key. And we got another spirit heart out of it for reasons that I don't understand, but... Good pill? Bad pill. Well, bad-ish pill. Okay, so this is a good storage room for us in the future. We can come back and get some spirit hearts should we need them. Not to mention battery charges. So, now, we need to still find a way to use Black Rune. We wouldn't have used it on Champion Belt anyway, because we would have needed, You gotta try. You gotta try. Come on, Gil needs a new pair of shoes. Ah! Loving you was complicated. Okay, we'll grab this. Take it into this room. God dang it. Well, again, I mean, it hurts because it's exactly risk-reward, right? Like, we're what what we would have stood to gain in points is exactly what we actually lost by not just picking up the ones that were on the ground. So we've made a habit out of losing in a big way. We're losing so much it's gonna make my head spin, to be honest with you. Wait, why do we have 2 swarm? Look, I don't know, dude. This is an angelic run. Maybe it's like Tyrone's kid's birthday or something. I don't know. Okay, well, you know, I mean, why not? I suppose grab this and then I saw the sign. Okay, I gotta close this. I don't care about your Zelda gameplay. I don't mean that to be insulting in any way, shape, or form. It's just not the time. Plus, video games are just the opiate of the masses, dude. Like, it's just distracting us from the fact that, you know, one day metabolic processes will cease and we'll all return to the loam from whence we were, you know, born. But, I mean, this one's pretty good, though. I like Isaac. Now, what I don't like is this daily is, like, how much QA did this daily go through to maximize how much it could fuck me specifically up? Let's make Black Rune only work on, like, the most mundane of situations. Meanwhile, every time you try to double an item, it doesn't work out for you. Oh, it's teaching you a lesson. The lesson is, it's okay to lie to you if it's teaching a lesson about greed or something like that. Hey, here's what this item does, except when it doesn't. Now, I will say, by the way, I think that probably it's just variance. I know it's my favorite word, but my guess is that probably the Omega Penny's working just fine. It's just poor as far as our results are going right now. And that's okay. You know, you got to accept that as a possibility. Head of the Keeper is a good item for a couple of good reasons here, but oh, that was bullshit. I do hate our situation right now. We're not going to get an arcade, so we should probably pick that up. Like, we have no means to kill enemies quickly. Rooms for sale or rent. Black Rune since the basement. Okay. And he's done it! So we're going to grab all this shit now. What is this one? The devil. Okay, tell you what, try it. Yes! What is this, Diplopia? You have to Diplopia then. And hear me out here, the reasoning is so you can then suck up all these items with Black Rune. He's done it! What has he done? I don't fully know. But he found the seam. Or something, at least. The Omega Penny. It's a dream come true. It's a ghost penny. And we still have it as well. Now, we're kind of like... we're behind schedule for boss rush. And we gotta get the move on. Which is an expression I don't think that makes any fucking sense. But we've gotta get a move on at the very least. So that damage penalty is very secondary for me right now. The damage penalty is like... It's like an extremely wealthy person complaining about taxes, right? Sure, taxes suck, but you're complaining less about them when you can't even, like, you know, feed your kids. Boss Rush is feeding our kids in this incredibly heavy-handed metaphor that is remarkably tone-deaf, okay? We need to make Boss Rush before we can start to complain about things like our damage penalty. It's an opulent concern. Now, we are going to be probably about 2 minutes behind schedule. That's a lot. And our damage is better now, but did it get better fast enough to carry us? Well, I think if we fucking book it, if we really move, conceivably that could be the case. So, I think that we do not try to double our cube of meat because the second level cube of meat is not as valuable as the cost of losing a first level cube of meat and stacking up our orbitals. This is huge. You take the mind, you go down to the next floor. So now this floor is very important. We need to find like a self-sacrifice room basically. And there is not one. So we need, well, fuck this. This is not the way we should be handling this. We should absolutely make our way to the, oh god, make our way to the boss fight right away instead of going through this room for, like, no reason at all, except the fact that there's a curse room close by. So, like, this was stupid. I almost was tempted to use our fool card here, but that's just about the only thing that could be dumber than that. So we need to get an actual move on in a big way. So any room that is even mildly annoying is not going to get done. It's just going to get blown up. Rooms that are basic, that's no problem. Bothers me very little. Like this room, absolutely, we'll do it. And we should be able to kill Mom pretty quickly. This room is also not that bad. I feel like because we have so many orbitals, we can basically become like a whirling dervish of destruction. Contact damage is the big thing to watch out for, but doing fine. You just keep yourself steady. The thing is, I want to save some bombs because we might need them to get AWAS runes eventually. This room, you know, it's not necessarily tough, but it's worth bombing our way out of right now. So how the fuck are we going to find a seam here? Well, we're certainly not going to get a shovel, so that's not on the to-do list. Unless somehow one shows up via the boss rush. We still have to do boss rush, by the way. And that strikes me as something that's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but, you know, it's going to be a privilege to have that exist to begin with. So, I'm going to grab the Polaroid, come in here. Scapular's fine. What do we get here? Neither of these are that useful, so I do think we should try to... No, we shouldn't try to double them yet, because if we double them and we can't get... If it becomes a penny, I don't think we can do boss rush. So, we will instead take the cancer item. Okay. So now, basically settle in for the long haul. I think that we've done an okay thing here. And I'll tell you what my strategy is, because it's entirely possible we won't be able to teleport. Or, like, we'll be able to teleport out of here and do the rest of the floor. It's entirely possible we won't be able to find access to the next floor. So what do you do about that in that unfortunate situation? You let it ride. You put all of your eggs in the basket of doubling the consumables that we're going to get on the ground here, thanks to Head of the Keeper and the Omega Penny. You might be saying, well, you're wasting charges right now. No. See, the odds of us succeeding are, I believe, 50-50. So I would like to, if possible, insulate ourselves, or actually, in many ways, take advantage of variance. See, the thing is, every roll has the same percentage chance of a loss. And one loss takes us out of the game. So I want to minimize the chance of us getting a loss. And the only way that we can do that is by exercising control over the sample size right here, the number of rolls. So we're going to try to, not try to, we're only going to roll once. Because that gives us a 50% chance of success. Every subsequent roll minimizes our chance of success and maximizes our chances of failure, so. The only way around that would be like, hey, we double now, and if that fails, we'll have more pennies on the ground to try to double later. So, I'll give you that. I'm trying not to pick these up, by the way, but we do at the same time need some of this real estate to actually kill the remaining enemies, so. And this is going to be like the worst boss rush. Like, out of all the questionable boss rushes that we've done, this one is pretty bad in terms of like the way our run actually looks right now. Would never dispute that. The black rune play was so great though. Like that's bought me a lot of leeway in my own world at least. Because it failed like the first 4 times, but when it worked, dude, when it worked. Oh, that was dumb of me. The other possibility, by the way, is that maybe the item that we get here will somehow work with, I guess we're just going to tank every single one of those shots. The item we get here, maybe it'll somehow work with, well, with us. I'm not saying it's going to be the shovel, but maybe somehow it'll give us the ability to create more consumables out of nothing. And the idea is that by creating these consumables, perhaps we can basically cheese up the point total as high as we can conceivably get here. But I don't know, like, it's worth noting, like, we've probably got like 10 minutes left on this run at the very least. So there's no absurd rush. We probably have more than 10 minutes considering how long these fucking bosses are taking. Yeah, there's no absurd rush to finish this run. We do have to do the rest of the entire floor to begin with. So we got other fish to fry. We actually are making it through these waves a little faster than I would have thought. Again, contact damage is like our greatest weakness right now. It's probably done. I apologize, by the way. I don't know why the frame rate's getting so wonky. A lot of particle effects, maybe because of the head of the keeper. I don't know. It was a little sketchy before that as well. So again, it's... I will say, you know, I stand by what I said about variance, you know, or what I said about the use of the Omega Penny. The more times we use it, the more times we have a chance to get a 0 roll, and the 0 roll puts us in a weird spot, right? However, the opposite is also true. Because we failed so many times with our rolls, we can afford... In fact, I think we can't afford not to keep rolling. Because we need a way to recover from all of our failures, and really the only conceivable way that I see that happening in even a modest way is for us to roll again. Which is probably like, it's not gambler's fallacy, but it might be a fallacy of gambling. You know, the two different, it's like the prestige versus the illusionist sort of situation. I've seen both of them. I know that at release, people were real pleased with the illusionist and thought maybe the prestige was a little too artificial, you know, a little too convenient the way that goes. If you haven't seen those, dude, I'm not the world's biggest Christopher Nolan fanboy. The Prestige is still really good. I'm actually surprised by how little damage we've taken here. I saw the Illusionist in a little art house theater in my college town because I thought I was an intellectual. Plus, Ed Norton. Good actor, right? Paul Giamatti. And I remember very little about the movie except like, Jessica Biel. Weird choice. Loved her in Stealth. Don't get me wrong. And then beyond that also, there's a scene at the end of the movie. It's not really a spoiler, I think, at this point, but Paul Giamatti has kind of like a trenchant realization, and the camera spins around him for like 30 seconds while he just goes like, like, delightful, basically, you know? And I had to piss so bad, I actually thought I was gonna have to go to the hospital. I was like, I get it, dude. You're making movies for the audience, you're not making movies for this one specific dude who's got to piss so bad he might die. And you might say, why not just go to the bathroom? Well, the movie was almost over, you know? I didn't want to show any disrespect. Or completely invalidate the reason that I was in the theater to begin with, I suppose. Do we have an enemy here for us? Yes, we do. Okay. I'm begging you. Like, by the way, I'm also hoping that we get a bunch of bombs. My thinking is... Oh, red poops are going to destroy you. My thinking is, we can destroy every skull that we have bombs to destroy. And then use this as a chance to get an AWAS rune. I don't think there's anything else at this point. Getting to an error room via like a... Getting to an error room via a teleport of some sort. Like we can get a teleport 2.0, I guess. Yeah, sure. By the way, this is the kind of daily that... Like, I don't want to be rude, but... This is the kind of daily that makes you not want to do dailies. It's not like it's horrible. But considering that we made what I would consider to be a low percentage, like a Hail Mary, and still we're like, how was today's daily? A little bit of a snooze. If you don't need the dedication achievement, I might skip this one. That's a bummer. But, you know, again, you know what? After Boss Rush, I'll Google, like, today's International fucking thumb up your ass day or something. There we go. It's a bean. No. Simplifies that situation greatly. Okay, so we'll come out of here. What are we gonna do? Well, we're gonna just look around. Look around. I forgot the Eternal Heart, but the run is over, basically, so. Every now and then I do 31 dailies in consecutive order. Turn around. Every now and then they change the achievement when I'm almost done, so you don't have to do them all in a row. And around, bright eyes. Every now and then I fall apart. Okay, Emperor. We don't really care about. You know, I don't want to succumb to paranoid delusion. I don't think, and I still don't think, even as I'm about to say this, that, you know, the team at Nicholas specifically does things in the game to fuck with me in particular. However, I will say, when everyone complains about the dedication achievement, and you complain about the dedication achievement, and then you get 27 dailies into the dedication achievement, and they go, oh, you don't have to do them consecutively anymore. You go, did I hurt you in some way? I didn't. I try to be a positive ambassador, dude. Great understanding of what developers go through. But I feel like they're just trying a social experiment to see if they can, like, break one man. I've always been, or at least attempted to be, the guy who's got a fairly, you know, balanced viewpoint of Isaac. And, you know, nerfs are not really that big of a deal, and buffs would be nice, but the game is in a great state as is, and, I don't know, dude. Like, maybe I'm reading too much into it, and it is a positive change. That's the problem. Like, I can't argue that it's not a positive change to have the daily dedication achievement change to 31 dailies instead of 31 in a row. But the timing is a little surprising. That's all I'll say about that. Surely, prior to launch, somebody could have said, it seems like it's gonna be something people might, you know, people with like a job might be mad about. I mean, when your job's playing Isaac, it's pretty much just a, you know, it's like a themed month, you know, it's easy for me. I think we take it, and then, yeah, okay. So, I mean, I will take Monstrous Lung, mostly because it's fun. It doesn't actually give us what we were looking for, but, and we have a battery charge, so I feel like the shop is where we have to go for this scene. And what I mean by that is, oh no. Is this how you get the... It is, isn't it? This is how you get a high score. Head of the Keeper... Shoot a bunch of shit. Somehow instantiate the D20, and then, like, yeah, okay. I mean, this is conjecture. Maybe that's actually not what's happening here, but you can see why I would be annoyed. I might as well blow this guy up first. Why not try to double it? We don't stand to gain anything. The run's over if we don't try to double it. We might as well double it. It's not like that can be an AWAS rune. Get out of jail. Maybe get out of jail free. We can always drop it on the ground. It's credit card. Okay, so then try to double, and it's all gone. Okay. I really thought that that was going to do it for us, to be honest with you. I mean, I thought if there was a way to do it, that would have done it. So the last thing that we're going to do here is, lovely. I mean, I suppose we could hurt ourselves and try to get into the boss trap room. And then maybe, just maybe, there's a chance there. But in reality, I think the only thing that we can really do here is use our newfound golden bombs to blow up every skull. And I really doubt we're going to get an AWAS rune at this point. Seems like this one is nearly, not guaranteed, because there's always people who beat the system. But it's nearly guaranteed to just take us out here. I mean, we do have Stud Finder, so you'd think, I guess, with the idea is with golden bombs, we just blow up every single rock in human existence, but you know, whatever. Basically, whatever. Yeah. Well, that's gonna do it for today's run. I thought we played pretty well, but not as amazingly, I suppose, as we would need to get a seam here. Today's daily was a little bit of a bummer, in my opinion. But still, we'll always have yesterday. And we got the dedication achievement. So yeah, we're 545. It's not bad. Got 545 and it's 545. Gotta get a whopper and a 40 and ride. Yeah, I know you freaking feel me. Anyway, that's today's daily. It was fine. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future, and I will see you next time.